Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Pulls it in at the 13.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
11 empty, 11 empty.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
11 empty.
He'll look to throw.
He'll air this one out for Boyd.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their 38. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb
with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Ryan. And some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
11 MT, hey. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. Stop.
First down. Here's Burrow. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. The Bengals at 5-7 now on the year. And they come in losers at 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go up the middle with Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson off play action. Escaping the pressure right. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to. So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Browns have moved out in front.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
On 2.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
11,
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
Here's Burrow. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here we go. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
11, 11. 11 MC paint. 11 MC paint. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And we are tied at 14. This one away.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Pretty entertaining start. 14 all the score on EA Sports. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. To throw on second is Watson.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Chubb will get the call running left. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know. Looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. And Troy Pride that time gets the tackle.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once again, they run with Mixon. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings. Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
12, 11, 11.
Burrow looking to pass. shreds him with a stiff arm. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, a 9-yard touchdown run as his guys have now moved out in front. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
And his throw here is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Williams to return. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He'll buy some time right. He will find his man Chase complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Here we go, here we go.
2nd and 8.
11.
And they go play action now. Burrow. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Hayden Hurst, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, they'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Watson. In trouble, and he's taken down. Daxton Hill in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I'll just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for the Bengals TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Watson. He's got a man complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Man open, it's Goodwin.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Watson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Von Bell.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a...
This game, they stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. It's a room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
87 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
11 MC.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Burrow on play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3.
11.
Mixon will go off tackle left. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown.
Joe Mixon
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
What up, Nick?
What up, Chuck?
Shit, beating the shit out of the Browns in TRFL.
Let's go, the user.
Yeah.
Love that.
Beating the shit out of this dude.
Hold on, Chuck. I just got up here and I think I got a shit. I'll be right back.
All right.
My bad.
Let's just say it's been unusual.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Well, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. On the return is Williams.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here we go.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
11 MT pace. 11 MT pace. 11 MT pace. 11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
11.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On 1, ready? 11. 11 Thomas.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Taven Bryan with a nice play defensively. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And room there to work it inside the 25. 114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
11 Thomas. 11 Mighty. 11 Mighty.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Mixon